Yo, how do we sound? Does it sound good? We're live. That's it. We're recording. We're here in Ogie Rock Studios. This beat always gets me pumped up. I want to start like rapping to it and shit. But yeah, man, we're here with Joe Levy.
Thank you for having me on the Christmas episode.
That's right. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And that's what Jews do on Christmas Eve is we fucking sit here and we do podcasts.
Yeah, we talk to other Jews.
You know, we're here fucking with other Brooklynites. We're with Big Biggie, Little Biggie. And today we got the fucking Joker because we got two comedians. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's better than the Joker?
It's a little small to be Biggie.
Well, it's the miniature Biggie. You know what I mean? But look, there's Little Biggie and then there's Big Biggie. You can go bigger Biggie, but you know.
No, yeah, it's a relatively big version of Biggie, but it's also a smaller version than in real life. I mean, how many Biggies could you fit inside that Biggie?
The truth is, it's about the real Biggie is about -6 feet tall at this moment. If you think about it.
What do you mean?
Well, what happens when you die is you go 6 feet under. You know, so yeah, the joke is funnier when you don't have the...
Oh, you're saying he's dead?
Yeah, basically he's -6 feet tall. There was like somebody... I had a joke about like, you know, short people are just playing the long game or whatever it is because in the end...
Oh, you don't gotta bury a big hole?
Yeah.
It's easier to throw them in because they're short?
Is that what you... Yeah, I guess. You put them in a shoebox?
Yeah.
Short people in there.
You just tie it around, you know, put them in the grave.
You know what's funny? I used to have a neighbor that they had a dog.
And got buried in a shoebox? Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what happened. The dog died, and then what happened was they actually went to Sethlow Park. I don't know where Sethlow Park... I don't know if you know where Sethlow Park is.
No, I don't know where that is.
It's on Avenue P and and Bay Parkway, basically. Avenue P and Bay Parkway. So they went there and they dug a hole in the park and they buried the dog in Sethlow Park. So that's where the dog's remains are.
In the park?
In the park, man.
In
the park. That's what happened. That's where they,
Is there like a plaque or anything?
Nope, just they fucking dug the hole back up. That's it.
Not even a swing?
Nothing. I mean, listen, so eventually some little kid's gonna be fucking, you know, playing with his little shovel and he's gonna be like, oh my god, I found a dinosaur bone. And it turns out it's just fucking...
Just Ethel from down the street, you know?
It's Toby. Toby was the dog's name.
Toby the dog. Honestly, it's a pretty weird name for a dog, Toby.
I mean, there's a human named Toby also. It's a pretty weird name for a fucking human also, Toby. Like, you know what? What country is Toby in the origin from?
I think it's American.
Probably American, yeah. I only know McGuire. That's the only Toby I know.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Toby Maguire.
Who, you know another Toby?
Toby... Tobuscus, you know Tobuscus?
No, I don't know Toby Tobuscus.
That's just some YouTube guy, Tobuscus.
Is that his real name though, Toby Tobuscus?
No, I think he was some YouTube guy. I don't want to say anything, but I think he got accused of something. One of those, you know, classic things people, you know, get famous.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know. I don't want to, you know, be casting accusations.
I mean, listen, fuck these accusations. But anyways, let's get into it, man.
Yeah,
I'm fucking here. I'm joined with Joe Levy. This is the Break Oleg podcast.
Oh, that's the name, Break Oleg?
Break Oleg.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
You know, it's fun. Everybody says the same thing. I appreciate it. It's positive feedback is always welcome.
Well, yeah, I'm going to say I like the name, you know, I mean,
you're on it. You're a guest. You kind of have to like the name. But yeah, man, welcome to the Break.
I mean, after, like, Break Oleg podcast. Come on, what kind of name is that?
Like what?
I'm saying after, I'll be like, it's a bad name. But right now,
no, man, you can't knock it. Break Oleg, like Break Oleg.
No, yeah.
My whole life, someone's called me, it's always been a thing where they're like, what's your name? And, like, for a while, I'm like, Oleg. They're like, oh, like a leg? Like that. So, like, now I'm like, yeah, that's how I tell people. I'm like, it's O plus one of these things. And I point to my leg. And people. But, now...
Well, everyone loves a leg, you know?
Do they?
Yeah, people love legs, man. I'm telling you.
I saw this picture the other day of some girl on Instagram. She was missing a leg, but she was a baddie. The question is, if a girl was missing a limb, would you still be able to date her?
Well, it depends on the rest of the torso.
No, baddie, like, you know, she's fine.
Yeah, no question.
Missing. How many limbs are you willing to go? You know what I'm saying? Before you're like, all right, maybe.
But a leg's that's not even like up for debate. Of course, if she's cute, she's missing a leg. So
she's missing a leg. She's even got a little nub. Like, it's not like a full one. It's just
she has a nub.
I'm sure she could fit a prosthetic. She's, you know what I'm saying, but
No, but you forget the prosthetic because I mean, actually, I have seen some cool prosthetics, but I mean, because everyone has 2 legs, you know. I mean, I think later in life, you're gonna have 2 legs. She'll have 1 leg. It's nice to have a nub, you know. Mix it up. You have a nub to play with.
Imagine you look on the nub, you're like, oh, that's the fucking.
Yeah, yeah. What else would you do? It's a
not,
nub.
Yeah, but it probably tastes like belly button.
Yeah, but at a certain point, everything tastes like belly button, you know.
No, not everything.
Yeah.
Not everything. I don't know. I've smelled some. My belly button fucking stinks sometimes. I don't know about you guys. You ever fucking? I don't know if it depends on if you have an innie or a fucking outie, bro. I have a fucking innie, and fucking that shit goes deep in, and sometimes you don't get into the deep innards because you feel like you're gonna fucking get to your fucking guts, and fucking the kishkas. You don't want to get to the kishkas, but you ever smell your finger and it fucking smells like death? It smells like fucking death. So yeah, not everything's fucking. There's parts where I've eaten assholes that haven't smelled like that. You know, I don't know how we got onto this. Listen, we take twists and turns with this
nice
podcast.
rant.
Yeah, that's how.
Wait, are you an Audi? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm an innie.
Okay,
I'm an innie.
fine.
My shit goes fucking. Bro, my belly button, I could take fucking shots of whiskey out of it. That's how fucking. That's how deep in it is.
Because people, I think, what do you think of Audis? You know, like, how do you feel about them? Do you like them? People wear Audis.
I mean, listen, I don't discriminate about it. But if a girl has a smelly belly button, foul odors definitely can make you change your mind about a person really quickly. You could find somebody so attractive, and then all of a sudden they smell bad, and then you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm fucking good. But it depends on how hot they are. Sometimes if they're really hot, you're like, all right, I'm just going to fuck her once. And then after that, there's just, I don't know where we're going with this. It's good. This podcast is getting very misogynistic, guys.
That's on you, man.
I'm just ranting here about nonsense. I'm never going to get a fucking date again for talking.
Jesus
I don't mean half these things, guys. I don't mean half them. I'm just talking
He's joking
nonsense.
around.
But yeah, man. So introduce yourself, dude. Well, let the world know who the fuck you are. That's what this podcast is about. That's where I'm really trying to get at this whole time. Is I'm trying to get you to.
Oh my god!
Let the people know.
What's up, everybody? My name is Joe Levy. 20 years old. I go to Baruch College. I don't know if you guys know, but it's actually pretty. Not everyone gets in.
It's a pretty good school, actually.
No, I'm kidding. It's the city college.
I didn't get into it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I applied, though. I don't think I applied.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. No, fuck college. College sucks, man. You don't learn anything in college. It's horrible. All right? I'm fucking... I don't know who I am. Are you asking me who I am? What is this? The first day of school? I don't know the fuck I am. What is this?
What are you majoring in now that you've let these people know that, you go to Baruch College? Where can they find you if they want to... I'm just joking, but...
No,
what are you majoring in? What are you in college for?
I'm a communication major, and I'm a philosophy minor,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And also a comedian, dude.
Oh yeah, stand-up comedian. Listen, I'm an open mic comedian.
Listen, I call it open mic cockroach. That's what I am right now. I'm an open mic cockroach because what cockroaches do, they go from one mic to another mic to another mic. That's what I call it.
Yeah, exactly. Failed comedian Joseph Levy.
I wouldn't say failed,
I wouldn't
man.
say my name.
You can't fail anything. You can't fail anything, bro. You're 20 years old, bro. You got the world by the neck, literally. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do wrong because you're so young that you can fucking just move on to the next thing,
No, I'm doing great. I'm kidding. I'm just being, I'm just, being self-deprecating. I'm doing great, actually. Thanks for asking.
So, let the people know how long ago did you start comedy? What was your first, what made you do it? You know what I mean? What was your kind of driving force to be like, okay, I want to get in a room in front of strangers and tell jokes that, and see if they like them?
I guess the biggest thing is insecurity, number one. You have to be highly insecure to be a comedian to start out with. And that's a good thing. I think it's good to be insecure, especially when you're my age or in high school. Maybe not my age. Maybe I should be an adult. I'm just coping. But, high school, very insecure. So you got to do something. And I was wrestling for a little bit. And I like to wrestle because I'd fight people. And I'd like to hurt them. Because at first, my first match in wrestling, I lost. And I didn't like it. And then I start to win. And I never really won until I started to do that. I never won anything. So then I just started to fucking win. And one day I won 3 matches in a row. It felt very good.
This is like in high school.
Yeah. It's my freshman year of high school. When I
This
left.
was just not that long ago, though.
Yeah. Well, this is because this is giving some backstory because I like that, and I would fuck people. I'd like to hurt them also, like not hurt them, like I don't mean just hurt them, but I like to win, and I like to do it, in a way where you dominate. And I dominated for a little, and I liked it. It was appealing to me.
All right.
And then I started smoking, and my wrestling career went down the toilet. So I'm like, damn
Why,
it.
you can't smoke and do wrestling?
Nah, it was like I was discovering weed. I discovered weed, and my career went down the toilet.
How did you discover weed?
Well, I went to, just high school, way people discover weed, someone has it, you buy it, and then I bought it, and then I just kept doing it, and like I like to do it a lot, because once you realize you could smoke every day.
I mean, smoking is not even like I remember when I was a kid, dude, it was like the worst thing when my parents caught me smoking weed. They literally treated it like I was smoking crack. They were like heartbroken. They were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you do this." And I'm like, I wasn't even a kid. I was like 20. I was literally your age when it happened, and that's when I got into a fight with them, and I moved out on my own, and that's when I lived on my own ever since then. But it's interesting because like now everybody smokes weed. It's not, you can literally buy it at a bodega in certain places, so it's like so common,
But yeah. And do you remember having that realization when you realized you could smoke every day? You had that realization, like, oh, I could just do this every day.
I never had that. I was busy just smoking every day.
Okay, fine. For me, I had that. Yeah.
But it's a bit of a different. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm sure your world is a little bit different than the world that I come or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's fairly similar, I'm sure. So you grew up in Brooklyn your whole life, right?
Yeah, I go from Brooklyn.
You're from Midwood.
Yeah, Midwood.
That's awesome, man. It's good to see other, like, even in the comedy scene, man. It's dope to see other comics that are from New York.
Yeah.
You don't see, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a lot of guys that come in from other places that, like, they're in New York, but New York is not fully represented. So it's dope to see, other New York comics out there.
Yeah, 100%. And here's why I'm a fraud though, because I was born because I was born in Brooklyn, right? And I was born in Brooklyn. I lived there my whole life. However, I did go to high school in Long Island. It wasn't like I didn't sleep there or anything, but I would take a bus there, So it was a Jewish school in Long Island. So that's why people, because I don't want to. I'm not like I didn't go to a school here, So I do go to college here, but sometimes it makes me feel like a fraud.
I mean, Long Island is sort of considered still New York, but for the most part, you're here. You're in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I know, but sometimes it's I just want to lay that out there.
Nah, you gotta let people know. Fucking
I gotta let people know.
You don't tell people that. You tell them, no, I'm from Midwood. That's it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want to fucking be a fucking. I don't want to fucking.
You don't want to let
fraud.
I mean, if you you know what's funny? So I told a story on Big T's. Shout out to Big T. Yo.
Shout out to Big T.
You know what I'm saying? If he's listening right now, but on his podcast they told a story. So like, I was born in Soviet Russia, in the USSR, in the Ukraine portion of it. So when I was like 3, we started the immigration process to America, and that involved us going from Ukraine to Austria to Italy, then to America. But that whole process took a while. It took like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit, when we got to America, like I grew up in an all Italian neighborhood. I grew up in Bensonhurst, like on 18th Avenue and 71st Street. It's like all Italian people there. And we were the only Russians on the block at the time. And all the kids used to like try to pick on me or whatever it is for being Russian. But then I was like, yo, did you ever live in Italy? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, I lived in Italy. I'm more Italian than you. And it killed, you know what I'm saying? Like, it killed the fucking argument. That's it. And
that's it? And then they stopped bullying you because you had one quip?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then it became my best friends. And one of the guys I actually went to school with.
Then that never worked. That never worked for me,
It worked. Dude, also, I used to become friends with all the bullies. That was the other thing, is that...
Yeah, you got to get in.
I was always like... That's why, like, whenever somebody, like, gets bullied, I'm like, why don't you just become friends with the guy? He won't beat you up if you're fucking friends with him, Like, but the other thing is I always drew. I had a bully one time that He saw me do Beavis and Butthead drawings.
Well, sometimes they don't want to be friends with you. I mean, that's the main reason. Also, people get bullies when you try to be friends with people. They don't want to be friends with you, then they bully you.
Yeah, I guess. I
You know,
guess.
not everyone could just make a friend that easily. Like, oh yeah, just become his friend. What do you mean, just become his friend, bro? What the? Could just fucking me up every day, you know? Just gonna become his friend?
See, I never had. So I guess in public school things were different because people didn't just like fuck with people like that. There was always a reason behind it. Like either you know what I'm saying? It was because you were dorky or whatever it is. But also though, like even though people did make fun of you or however you dressed or whatever it is, like things as I don't think kids were just getting beat up like that every day in school. Like somebody wasn't
Yeah,
like physically hitting, you know. So I'm sure some kids, but kids were always getting into fights. To be honest with
yeah,
you, that's the thing that I've in like public school. Kids were
yeah,
just getting into fights,
yeah,
and then it ended.
yeah, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if did that happen in where.
No, when I went to Flatbush Elementary here because I didn't really fight that much in high school. You can't really fight that much in high school. But elementary school, there was a recess yard. You know, nothing crazy, but like
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
they had this wall, right? And you know the game Suicide.
yeah.
So
Asses up. Me and Big T were just talking about it.
oh
It's the
yeah,
same
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Asses up. Yep.
You guys call it asses up. You peg the guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Asses
yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's got
yeah.
several different names, but the concept it's notorious in the schoolyard.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sure you know what it is,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. It's a Brooklyn schoolyard
Of
game.
course. So I would always in the sixth, seventh, and eighth grade I had a recess together, right? And I guess I always wanted attention. So what I would always do is I would take the ball and I would always throw it over and I roof the
Oh,
ball
you're a dick,
every
bro.
single day
You're a
for
dick.
3 years
Oh,
straight.
you definitely. Oh, that's why you got picked on.
Yeah,
There we go.
exactly.
You're like, I got bullied. No,
No, I know.
no, they were just taking care of a problem, bro. That's how nature fucking resolves
100
itself, bro. It's like, all right, now we've identified.
100%. No, I deserved it. I wanted to fight. I would pick a fight every day, and they'd fucking from sixth, eighth. I had this eighth grade. I guess it stopped a little, but I got into this. Everyone would surround me and fucking put. It wasn't nothing too
That's
serious.
hilarious,
Just
man.
Fucking, you know.
That's hilarious, dude. You ever seen Fight Club? You ever seen the movie Fight Club?
No.
You need to watch the movie Fight Club because there's a thing in there where you join Fight Club where it's
I've
like
lived it.
starting a fight with somebody is one of the hardest things in the world. Like to get somebody to actually fight you is the hardest thing in the world. You know?
No, it's not.
I mean,
No, it's not.
pick a
Give me
walk,
2 minutes.
No, walk. No. You got to walk down the street, pick a random guy, right?
I could get you to fight
And
me within 30
well,
seconds.
No,
I just gotta.
no,
You know.
no. If that's because I'm giving a different scenario.
Okay.
Walk down the street, right? Pick random guy, right?
Mhm.
And just start a fight with him. The thing is, the second you come up to a random person who doesn't know you and throw a punch at him and start, you know what I mean? He more than likely is gonna just run away. His next reaction is just gonna be to run away, or he's gonna get hit. And if you have any person with any decency or whatever it is, you're gonna feel bad about hitting him a couple, because you're gonna see him hurt after a couple of hits. You know what I'm saying? But that's literally what's gonna happen with most regular people. Like they don't expect it.
Okay, that I think is true, but here's it. Yet people will stay in a fight if ego is on the line. If a random guy attacks you, all of a sudden you could tell everyone, "I got attacked, blindsided." There's no ego there, so you're a victim of a crime. You get that ego. If you go up to a guy and even just tell him, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," immediately ego involved. He's not running away. You could fucking hit him. You could kick him. You could stop
Yo.
on him. He's not leaving.
We should film that. We should film that as a skit of you walking up. But the problem is, we need to have somebody big there that'll actually step in case somebody like whatchamacallit does. But that would be hilarious. They actually have skits like that on the internet. Of, like,
No.
most people, if some guy's down to fight in that scenario, yo, he's down to fucking fight. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you want me to fucking do it? You do it, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, I'm small, bro. I'm
Uh,
fucking.
y-
I'm
we-
5'7",
Come on,
bro,
you.
with fucking sneakers on. 5'7" with no, I'm probably like 5'8" with sneakers on.
Yeah, but come on. Yeah. So wait, 5'8"?
No, with sneakers on. Yeah, on the street I'm about 5'8" because I got a pair of sneakers on. But regular, I'm 5'7".
All right.
You
yeah.
know,
Uh-huh.
5'7", fucking 140 pounds, yo. Somebody who's a big fucking dude, I'll get my ass whipped. Somebody who's like 200 something pounds, who's fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would ease, you know what I mean? Who's tall, 6 foot, like even just reach. Like you can't. I've tried to fight guys. I've had times where like I got drunk or whatever it is and thought that I'm fucking Superman, and I try to fight bigger guys. Like I know my cutoff where I'm like, oh, this is just completely just mismatched. Where it's gonna, you know what I mean? Like this is not gonna end well for me.
Yeah.
Like some people just have a bigger reach and this and then like and if they have any sort of fight experience, they'll clobber you. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't just because it's weight differential. Because I mean, if you're gonna be Superman, you'd be in Smallville. I was thinking that the whole time,
That's pretty funny.
but I couldn't get it out.
That's pretty funny.
Fuck.
That's pretty funny.
No, but yeah, fucking weight differentials, they just fuck you up no matter what, you know?
So you were telling me you did wrestling.
Yeah, yeah. And I liked it. It was really fun. And then I got fucking lazy and I stopped practicing, which was one of my biggest regrets.
Could you have done it in college, or is there anything other way to go?
I wasn't that good.
What about like jujitsu or whatever it is? You ever thought about doing that?
Maybe in the future, but I wasn't that good.
You might
I would
like
beat
it.
the shit out of other yeshiva kids, you know?
Hmm.
We would do some
Which is
yeshiva
not
league
that
and-
hard. Which is not that hard to do with a
Yeah.
lot of these kids. They're fucking Holocaust survivor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we also wrestled other teams, like other public schools and then that league, but
Oh,
the main championship was always Yeshiva League because their championship, the regular public school and the regular division in that area, the championship is on Saturday. So we can't do it. So we do a mixed league during the regular season, but the postseason is all just Jewish kids.
that's for Jew on Jew crime.
Yeah, and that's where the
It's
real
Jew
fun
on Jew
happens, you
crime.
know?
That's
That's where the
crazy,
real
bro.
fun.
Yo, if I was a Nazi, that's what I would be doing on the weekend. Is I would be going to like these Jew, what you
Yeah,
call
yeah.
it? Like, oh, the Jews, they're gonna go fight themselves again. We don't have to do it.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
that's fucking hilarious, actually.
yeah, yeah. If Hitler's still
That's-
alive, that's where he'll be.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
If Hitler was alive, he would be at a fucking at a wrestling, no, like a old Jew wrestling match.
Yeah, yeah, just cheering them on, betting. Like I got that one.
Yo, you think there's like in the Hasidic leagues, you think they got like old Jewish MMA cage fights where like they're in a fucking basement somewhere and it's all fucking like Hasidim and they're all like, come on, and they're cheering for somebody. They got money on a fucking. That's actually
yeah, I think so.
It has. If I thought it has to exist,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
actually
Somewhere it exists.
like a Jewish fight league, like a
Yeah.
Jewish JFL. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Fuck all that wrestling shit. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. Yeah, I started doing stand up fucking senior year of high school. I was in Brook. I started going to the Creek in the Cave. Fucking that place shut down. You know.
Tell me about that, man. Tell me the first time you walked into the Creek in the Cave. Tell me about that story, because I've heard Big T give me a similar experience. I want to hear your account of it, because I'm pretty sure that's where you guys first met each other, also.
Yeah, yeah. Big T. Yeah, shout out to Big T. Yeah, you know, fuck it. I didn't know him. I remember seeing him there. Definitely wasn't friends with him the way I am now back then. But I just remember, running into him, trying to say hi. But no, that's not even the fucking craziest shit. Actually, I'll say basically, I remember walking in. I was fucking 17. Everyone hated me. No one liked me there. And I never had a good set there. I bombed every single time I was there, but 3 times. I went there for probably a year and a half before it shut down. Yeah. Never had 3 good minutes there once. And I met some people there, man, like probably Adam, Alex, Dean, I don't know. Fucking, I met everyone I know there. Miles, obviously, met there.
Shout out. Yeah, if they listen, give them a shout out and shit.
Nah, fuck him. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
You know, fuck all of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, I'm sorry. I just had a moment of terror beforehand
Yeah.
because I saw some of the things. I'm like, oh, the music is still running. So I hope that part of the beginning segments, that whatever we just recorded, and like towards the starts,
Yeah.
doesn't have music still playing very silently in the background of it, which is fine too. But you know what I'm saying? I guess that's a part of that's a fucking producer mistake on my end with the podcast. We're keeping it all in. We're keeping it all in. We're gonna keep the ship going. But that's what I was fucking. I keep trying to listen to the sound to make sure that everything is fucking kosher.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would cut everything. But
What, from before?
yeah, no, I'm just kidding. This is great.
No. I mean, listen, I don't really make cuts on this thing. We just fucking keep it rolling. But I could make cuts.
No. You don't have to make cut. Wait, can I say something? I feel like you're a Joey Diaz fan, right?
I love Joey
Yeah,
Diaz.
yeah.
That's one of my top comedians. Yeah, I need to stop because one of the reasons why I like Joey Diaz is because he talks very similar to how like people that I grew up with talk and stuff like that, or
Mhm.
grew up around talk. But the problem is I listen to him a lot, and he's literally kind of like the inner voice in my head sometimes, like where I'm like, yeah, what would Joey Diaz do in this situation? And well, I think you got to talk to the mic the other way. This is that way.
Mhm.
That way. Hold it by this thing.
Okay.
Bam,
Thank you.
bam, bam, bam. Hold on. Let's. Yo, yo.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's great.
All right. Good.
All right, good. Yes, but yeah, I'm a huge Joey Diaz fan.
Yeah.
Huge Joey Diaz fan.
Yeah. No, because also when you said like you wanted to keep everything in, you got to keep it raw. Keep it raw as
What do you mean?
possible. I'm saying because he is, I think, notorious for not cut. He also says he doesn't like to
Oh
cut
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's basically. I like the way he does his podcast too. It's. I mean, the thing is, like, podcasting is great. I love just talking to people. I love like just the whole nature of it. I feel like sometimes I'm better at podcasting than I am at stand up. Just because like I can be myself. That's where I'm trying to learn to be with stand up. I've only done it 7 months. That's literally we might be going into 8 months because I'm fucking bad at math. But I've only been doing it for a short period of time, and I try to. One thing that I realized is I got to just try to be myself on stage and just try to be natural instead of like reading a script or whatever it is. You know.
Yeah. They say the hardest thing to be is yourself. Self-actualization. It's really it's very high in the needs. I think it's the number one need. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. After everything, it's self-actualization.
I mean,
So,
yeah, I get it.
so in order to do all that stuff, I guess you have to fulfill all the other needs. I'm sorry. You do not
No, it's interesting what you're saying.
saying. Do you understand like the needs?
I don't know all the needs, but I
Uh,
definitely do know a lot of about self actualization. I'm sure if you, what are the needs? Let's hear them.
I think the needs are like I really don't know anything about the needs. I know that what I know that people say life is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. That's what people say, but you never know. People are like, oh, I don't want to live forever. They're like, oh, I don't want to live forever because it probably might suck, but you don't know that.
I mean, yeah.
It might be sick.
I mean, the people that say I don't want to live forever probably don't have good, meaningful lives. Because if you do have like a good, meaningful life, you losing that would suck.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe the meaning of the life comes from the fact that the life ends.
Oh yeah, no, that's the other thing. That is absolutely true. Is that all this is temporary and it's all made to be enjoyed and used or whatever it is. Like it's kind of like having like a dope pair of sneakers and never wearing them.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. It's like what was the point? And if you never got to even experience it or whatever it is, yeah, you got to be around it, see it, but it's like you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I had my friend. He actually collects sneakers. It was remind me of this, and he had like a very smart guy. I remember one day we were like talking in the bus about like sneakers and stuff, and like he's one of those people that's an idiot, but sometimes he'll say something, genius. Those
Yeah, yeah,
kids,
yeah, yeah.
and we were talking about like collecting sneakers, blah blah, and he's like, nah, we wear our sneakers, G,
Yeah.
and
You either invest in a sneaker because you're reselling it or whatever it is, but if whatever it is you're getting because you like it, you wear it.
yeah, it's just like it's simple as that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's a sneakerhead. I'm sure. Yeah, you know what? That actually, I gotta make that makes me want to make a piece of art that says "We wear our sneakers." That's actually
Yeah,
dope.
exactly.
I need to write. Fuck. See, notes for future podcast is have writing tools accessible.
I mean, you just fucking write on the table. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that is
I don't.
art.
I mean, I don't have the markers. I mean, they're across the room, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I'll get it.
Yeah, because I listen. I know you got all your art. I got some. I also fancy myself kind of an artist. I
Mm-hmm.
scribble. I listen. I know it's no work of art, but I scribble my notepad a lot.
Man, let it manifest into other things. You're young.
I
It's
could
a
show
good.
you if you want, honestly, after
Good
or
show. Yeah, yeah.
now,
Show it to
but
me. Show it to me after. Show it to
yeah,
me
yeah,
after.
after. He's like after. Like all right, after.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Show it to me after. But no, no. I have a friend who he was on the podcast in one of the episodes. He actually showed me. He's an actor.
Uh-huh.
He showed me his sketches, and I saw the potential. And now he's like he does street art and all that stuff, and he sells his NFTs. He actually made it into like a thing, man. That's the thing that a lot of artists don't realize is that you can make a living
Yeah.
doing it, and you can sell your work, and there is some like you know what I mean. There's a monetary price to the talent. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of work, and people don't really want to deal with it. But same thing as comedies. If you love it and you said, "Yo, I'm gonna do it for the rest of my life," eventually it's how they say like getting struck by lightning is rare. But if you're constantly running in a field with a piece of metal, you'll see how many times you'll get struck by lightning. It's you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that's
Hopefully not many.
No, it'll get you. If you're like in an open field during a lightning storm, or walking, just running around with a piece of metal, guess what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get fucking. If you know, it's gonna hit you.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Does the lightning actually electricity? Really? So
It looks no. It looks for. Not that it looks for it. There's a positive charge. Just when you're walking around, you're creating an energy. So when a certain energy is coming in, you're creating a certain thing. What it is, and it directs it. That's what I think. I'm no fucking.
nah. I honestly, I think that's because here's what it is. Those buildings, the attached to the sky. So the lightning, it's a disguise.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, listen. I don't
No,
believe.
no buildings in an open field. In an open field, no buildings around.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
No. Like you know how many times the World Trade Center, whatever it is, it constantly gets hit by lightning. You know that?
Yeah.
That little spear on top of it, because it's the only point that's sticking up that's metal in
Well,
the
not
sky.
anymore. I'm saying I used to get hit by lightning.
No, it still gets. I don't know if it used to or not, but there's mad videos of that shit getting hit by lightning. If you watch it. So,
Oh, the World Trade Center. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you know how they say lightning never hits two places twice, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's rare. Yeah, you wanna get something to drink? You want a coffee or something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I saw I saw
good.
the look. I was like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
always want more, no matter what. So I'll just leave
He's
it
a
there.
young man, guys. He's a young growing lad. He needs his fucking his sugars and his caffeines to go. You know, that's what
Yeah.
happens. But where were we, man?
Sorry. Yeah. What were you saying? I feel like I'm.
Oh yeah,
cutting
the
you
creek
off.
in the cave, fucking going up on stage, all that stuff.
Oh, you want to hear about that? Oh, fine. So yeah, I remember it was like it was always packed. 11 p.m. and you'd see people there where they would kill for 3 minutes. They're like, this guy's been on Fallon. This guy's been on Colbert, and they would go to the same mic as you, and I would get up last every single time.
Were they doing a bucket?
Bucket, yeah.
Oh,
Same.
here's another one, guys. We're blowing the fucking lid off the bucket conspiracy. But I've seen some guys make adjustments and do some things. But I've also, it's all rigged, guys.
It's not even a conspiracy. Everyone knows it.
But is it like about? I don't get it because I'm still a new guy. Is it about paying your dues, or it's about you're not that good? What is it? What are they trying to say? Or you showed up late?
No. I used to not get it, but now, like, if there's a bucket, it's always the people who've been doing it longer get it first. It's just out of respect, because it's not even respect. It's just like I don't want to be there. Like I don't need to be here. And I used to not get it, and I hated it. And I would get home, but I understood it. Like I never asked to get up earlier. I would get up last every time. Get them at 3 p.m. Then go to school the next day. And I felt like I was Spider-Man, because I was like living like a double life. I'll go to school, and then I would go do mics in the city, and fucking just go everywhere.
Why comedy though? That's what I didn't get into yet, or whatever it is. Why did you get into comedy of all things? Did you watch videos growing up and you're like, I want to get up on stage and do this and try this like this guy, or you just said, you know what, I'm gonna go up and just be myself and try to talk and like.
I always wanted to do something like fucking like acting at first, then directing, and went to discover comedy when I was getting into it. And I'm like, oh, I can either get into this as someone who watches it or someone who does it, and I'm just gonna like I don't want to, and then I thought, and yeah, so I did it. And also, the reason I think I was drawn to it is because I did YouTube before, but you gotta like fail publicly YouTube online. Like people think it's easier, but like you gotta fail online publicly. But for stand-up, you can kind of like suck and no one sees it for as long as you don't want anyone to see it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll just do this and I'll only put out what the fuck I want to put out, unless you get really fucking high in a podcast and then you know what the fuck you're saying for the first 30 minutes.
We're contributing to the delinquency. You're not a minor anymore, but we're definitely contributing to delinquency. But no, man, it's fucking good. It's good to just talk. It's good to fucking. This is the thing about a podcast is that this is like, how people get to know each other. This is the genuine, raw, conversation that people like. This is not even people that I'm having with, people that I've seen up that I like their comedy.
Yeah.
He's funny. I really like, the way he delivers his. He has a very unique stage presence. You know what? Like that's the one thing that I gotta say with him is that I've seen him up there and he's so animated. He just like you don't stand in one position. You have your own delivery style. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Is that something you look at yourself and you're like, I need to do something about that, or do you like, I love that shit. That's my style.
I just can't I can't sit still for a second. And I really can't hide it, and I don't like hiding. I don't like fucking like.
See, look now you now you got self-conscious about it. Like I've been standing
I know,
still
man.
for too long. Let me move
Yeah,
around.
yeah. And I don't like fucking hiding it. I just want to fucking like, like I just want to fucking do
Were
what I
you
want
like
to
that
do.
from the second you got up on stage, or that's like something that
Oh
you
no.
grew to be comfortable enough to actually kind of?
Yeah. I get now. I'm too comfortable. Now I just like fucking move around like a fucking maniac, like a fucking like a kid trying to fight with his head.
Hmm.
I know this kid always trying to fight you with his head. He just trying to
Yeah,
hit
man.
you.
But
Like,
that's it's part of the. I like that though. It's like it's part of the stage. Like that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people are lacking is that even people that have like funny jokes sometimes they're lacking a presence.
yeah,
They're lacking a fucking. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how
yeah.
to describe it. It just commending the stage. That's what I feel like comedy. A lot of it is commending the stage, and the other part is being funny.
Yeah, and I always had to overcompensate because that's all I had in the beginning. Because I knew you had to like be confident, so that's all I did. Bro, I bombed horribly so many times. Like, this is okay. You want to hear some bad bombs? Like, you want to hear like
Yeah, why not?
hard? Okay, so let's say on Monday night. I really should do this more often. Back in the day when I used to do way more mics, when I'd actually grind. I just
I mean,
yeah.
is it so I've come to a realization that sometimes doing a ton of mics is not necessarily the best. There's a point of diminishing return, like where you're not really getting any better from it. It's not helping you out. You're just kind of killing your self-esteem a little bit. Maybe it's better to just take a little step back.
Yeah. No, 100%. And this was in the beginning. So I went to this mic at Red Lobster on 120. I think it was like
There was a mic at Red Lobster.
right next to the Beacon, right next to the Apollo Theater, right next to it. And there's I think one store in between. There's a Red Lobster. They have a poetry and rap and comedy open mic, or they used to every Monday night.
That's awesome.
It was an awesome spot. There was always a real crowd, and it was my first time, like trying to get in front of a real crowd. And there's a DJ in the back, man. And I just remember, first of all, I would get up so late towards the end, but one time I got up early, and there was a guy who went up. First of all, it's an all black crowd. I'm just like a white kid.
That's hilarious.
I was fucking out of place. I was awkward in a fucking button down shirt, trying to look like a retired dad. I like and then whatever. Basically, this guy goes up with a backwards hat. He basically just does DMX's act and just fucking brings the fucking house down.
That's hilarious.
Just goes up, starts rapping, gets everyone into it, destroys, and like, all right, up next, comedian Joe Levy, come to the stage.
That's hilarious.
And I just I was just horrible, and I just made the worst jokes, and I was just the DJ kept like bombing me off. I think I had one joke. I remember this is really bad. This is one of my first jokes. It was like I like to fist my girl in the face when she doesn't listen.
Come on, I mean, it's a funny joke. It's a funny joke. Hold on, there's a laughter track right there.
God damn it! Well, no one laughed that day. And they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And yeah, but that was really fun. And then I got bound up. I kept going there, and it was a fun time.
I mean, listen, that's the whole point of comedy. Sometimes, like, if you do good and you only do good, then like, are you getting better? I mean, I guess
Yes,
you are.
yeah.
No, bombing. The first time I went up, I did decent. The second time I went up, I did okay. Third time I went up, because it was the same set.
Yeah,
I did fucking great. Like it was solid.
yeah.
Fourth time I went up, I bombed because I had nothing to say. I thought I could just walk in there and be like fucking, and then I realized that I'm in the same group of people that heard that same set last week, so I can't really use that same material because everybody knows all the fucking jokes. So
Yeah, you gotta mix it up.
you gotta try some new stuff. And then I went to try to riff, and then it just all went shitty. I mean, I had a few laughs here and there, but like I was like, oh fuck, so you got to keep coming up with new shit.
Yeah, because
You gotta-
the same fucking people. You gotta fucking mix it up, or else
Yeah.
you're nothing. Yeah.
Yep, or because everyone knows your jokes, everyone
Yeah.
knows your punchlines, or like there's some time that passes and like you see this, you could use the same jokes, and then like you've already sharpened them up or whatever it is. But like, what's your writing process like? How do you come up with shit? Am I jumping all over the fucking place?
No, ask me whatever the fuck you want, bro. I laugh calling it a process. I think of something, I write it down, then I try. No, I usually get a thought, and then I try to be funny with it. Like I'll get a thought, I'll write it down, I'll bring it on stage. then I'll listen to it, try to write in a notebook, and repeat.
Interesting.
And I'll try to do it different ways if it sucks. And then I really rarely write. I should write more. I really write very little. I need to write more.
So like when you do a set, how do you pick which jokes you're gonna do? Do you know, or do you just start choosing off your head? Like, all right, let me do this one. Let me do this one. Let me do this one.
Well, I try to mix it up. So um, I know which ones I'm not gonna do. Basically, I'm like, all right, I can't do this one. I can't do this one. I can't do this one. And then I look at the pad, see what's left.
Interesting.
So I'll write. Yeah, I'll write down something you don't know is bad. Like write down some new ideas. And then okay, I can't do that one. So and then I'll just be forced to do something
Because
new.
you try to base it on who you're around at the time, or it's
Both who I'm around, I'm just what if I need to do, what I need to fix. Because as much as I want to fix an old joke, you just gotta move on. Because if you just keep trying to make an old joke better, it's like, all right, bro, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wish I had more of a process. A lot of my shit is just based off like me overselling things. And no, not always something that I gotta be in the moment. Like a lot of mine is very emotional. Like it doesn't sound good without fucking emotion. Like I don't just want to fucking say something.
You gotta make it sound real.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like some comedy is like there's like people are doing robotic. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a robot out there. That's the one thing I also find myself going through is like I don't want to repeat shit just because I memorized it.
Yeah.
You want to make it kind of natural. Like, hey, and then like you're talking to a group of friends. That's basically the way I you know what I mean? But it's not always easy. It doesn't always come out that way.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Well,
know?
yeah. What about you? What do you do?
I talk to people. I literally like I'll talk to friends. I have a couple of comics that I like spend hours on the phone just bullshitting with. And as we're bullshitting, we'll like say something and that shit is just funny and we start laughing and then I'll write it down and then I'll elaborate on it. Or like as I'm making art, I'll come up with a premise. I'll write that down. Like I'm always going back and forth between creating art premises, between creating comedy premises, you know, just different shit. Like
Yeah, you gotta fuck around, keep it fresh. You know, mix it up.
one thing feeds into the other.
Yeah.
That's what I've started to have is that one thing feel like I'll come up with something I'm like, I can't really say that on stage, but I could make that into a concept for a piece of art because it'll translate better.
Yeah, because not everything's meant to be said on stage, you know?
Yeah, some things are better for like you to interpret it as the viewer instead of hearing it from a person's voice, and then that becomes sort of like you know, that's the other thing is that
A monolith.
Yep. You don't like I don't stand by shit that I say. Like you know how it's like my word. Listen, if I give you my word about something, I'll keep my word, but in general, shit that I say, my opinion changes sometimes like about stuff like the fucking weather. Sometimes I'll feel this, sometimes I'll feel that, and I you know what I mean? Like my opinion can be swayed, so I don't really hold on to anything.
Yeah.
And I try to not judge anybody. That's the other thing.
That's a very wise way of looking at it, yeah.
You know how I picked that up? Because there's been times in my life where I looked at somebody and I said, oh, look at this fucking person, whatever. And then at times I found myself being that person through a different way. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is the exact type of shit that I fucking look down upon. And you know, and then it's, you know, you see it and you're like, all right, let's not, you know, that's, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I try not to judge people, but it's fun, you know? Like, it's very fun.
I have a joke I wrote that I stopped judging homeless people. I just drive past them as fast as possible now. You know, no more judgment.
Just leave. Well, you're still judging them. You're like, ew, and then you leave.
But I don't let them see the judgment in my eyes.
Yeah.
I you know what I mean? I let I spare them the fucking.
Yeah, you lay back, you know. Who's a fuck? No, yeah, man. No, you gotta. It's fucking hard because it is nice to like be like, I'll just fucking judge people, and I think it's good in your head, but once you talk to them, you gotta put that aside.
Although this is something that happened. I'll give you a scenario that happened recently.
Yeah.
This is a scenario that happened to me. I was with a friend of mine, and we were in a parking lot. This very drunk Indian lady came, and she was like, "Oh, all I need is just some love and somebody." She was very drunk and shit, and she was like passing out. And originally, like I got my friend, and she told me about her. I didn't see her, but I saw her laying on the fucking on little concrete. You know how like where there's a big Rite Aid sign, and there's like a little concrete thing that the sign goes into, whatever. She's laying on that. So then what happened was my friend tells me about her, and I'm like, we can't just let that lady just be out there like that. That's kind of fucking, you know, she's gonna freeze to death. It's freezing outside. It's nighttime. She's drunk. She's like passing out. So we get outside. I pull up to her. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, not good. My husband beat me. Like, But I'm like, where's your husband? He's like, oh, he's in New Jersey. I'm staying
Hmm.
at my boyfriend's house. My boyfriend and me got into a fight. I'm like, how much have you been drinking? She's like, a lot. And he's been drinking a lot. And she's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's like, I don't want to go home to my husband, but I also don't want to leave my boyfriend. Like,
I mean, if you're getting abused by two spouses, maybe you're the problem.
I mean, listen, no judgment, so
Yeah.
we were like, all right, no doubt. So we're like, where do you live? So she told us where she lives. So I'm like, get in the car, we'll drive you. We drove her home, made sure she got into the house safe. I'm like, whatever you're dealing with, just go in the house, sleep it off, wake up tomorrow morning, and then deal with all your problems tomorrow in the morning. You just need to go home and sleep because if you're just gonna sleep out here outside of Rite Aid on this concrete thing, that's not gonna be no good for you. So we got her home. But then for the next fucking half hour, me and my friend proceeded to crack jokes about like, oh, my husband beat me, my husband beat me, like you know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
stupid shit, stupid shit. We were just making, trying to make the ease of a horrible situation. But that's what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because,
Yeah. What are you gonna do in that situation? Become her third boyfriend and not hit her? That's
I
the
mean,
best
I
option.
thought about it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just
Yeah.
joking. That was with a so I was my friend is black, so
Yeah.
I made a joke about it that like, yo, what's better, a black person and a white person coming together to make fun of an Asian person. That's like
That's what honestly what unity really is.
unity. That's
You gotta hate
unity.
something.
Not even hate you. We don't hate her. We want to make sure she's home safely. Nobody, there's no
Oh yeah,
hate
yeah.
to
No, I
her.
missed it. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah, we don't hate her.
Yeah,
We don't
no.
hate her. We don't hate her. We got her
Sorry,
home
sorry.
safely. Want to make sure that she's okay. But after we make sure that she's okay, we could kind of laugh at her tragedy a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, sorry,
That's
sorry.
basically why can't we laugh at tragedy anymore? Is it okay to laugh at
Yeah, you could do
tragedy?
whatever you want. You could do whatever you want.
You know?
Hey, speaking of, could I fucking pee? I really gotta
Yeah.
pee.
Hold on. We'll pause the whole thing, guys. We'll
Okay.
be right back.
Sorry, pee. Yeah.
Some time flies when you just
I know
bullshit.
exactly.
That's why it beats fucking having a regular job.
Yeah, I gotta go home for Shabbat dinner.
Shabbat, you guys eating them bats?
Yeah, having
That's
bats
how
for dinner.
COVID started.
Exactly. Yeah, COVID started from the Jews, much like most things. Now, my parents think I'm too anti-Semitic the way I speak. I gotta cool it down. I'm just joking around because it's fun to hate.
Listen, sometimes
Yeah.
it's fun to hate. Sometimes it's fucking even better to fucking to commit hate crimes. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking, everybody.
I've never committed a hate crime.
I'm trying to think if I ever committed a hate crime. No, I don't think I've ever committed a hate crime. Depends what you consider a hate crime.
Yeah.
Is speech a hate crime?
I would say no. Some people might say yes. It's about the angle.
Depends on if you're Jordan Peterson or not, or whatever it is, or
Jordan Peterson.
it depends on if you're in
Do you
Canada.
do you like Jordan Peterson?
I've seen him on Joe Rogan a couple of times.
Uh-huh.
I don't really listen to or watch a lot of these people. I even stopped listening to Joe Rogan, to be honest with you, just because Spotify. I don't want to get Spotify because you know why? To be honest with you, the real reason. For some reason, when I get into my car and I have Spotify, it
Yeah.
starts playing right away.
Yeah.
And I try to turn it off, and it keeps turning itself on.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, I need to get rid of Spotify.
Because it's trying to manipulate you, put you in a certain direction.
It just like I'll get in the car and I'll just hear Joe Rogan talking to fucking Alex Jones or whatever, and I'm like, I want to hear Pandora.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you want something light for the morning, to relax to.
I want to fucking a nice.
Yeah. And about Jordan Peterson, here's what I think about him. I've been waiting to say this for years. I've had this opinion.
Oh, he's gonna watch this. He's gonna see this.
No, he will. He's gonna know who I am one day. We're gonna be in the same room together. I guarantee it.
Manifesting it.
No, if he's still alive, because I used to not like him when he was all like, responsibility, clean your room. I don't like that shit. Then he became a drug addict. And I'm like, oh, now I like him. Because before, he was, the clean room. Now you watch his streams, he has fucking shit behind him, piles of clothes. I'm like, all right, now he knows what he's talking about. Before, he was some, I have a daughter, she's kind of cute, Now his daughter doesn't like him, they all just...
Really? His daughter doesn't even like him anymore?
I mean, I assume, how could he like that? I mean, he's just an old guy. I'm sure she likes him. He makes money for her, so she likes that. But you think she likes her dad, the guy who's telling her the whole life, clean your room? You think she likes that shit?
Yeah, I'm sure he's like, listen. Actually, no, I think listen, I thought I saw a picture of them together recently.
No, I'm sure they're together. He has money. He makes her money.
Listen, is she single?
I don't know.
I'll date her.
You can date her, probably.
I'll find. I'm looking for a girl with a job. That's literally one of my requirements. To be honest with you, yeah, one of my only requirements is actually I don't even require that. To be honest with you, I don't even care if she has a job.
So you have 0 requirements.
I actually have 0 requirements. That's how open I am.
I have at least 2.
What are your 2 requirements?
Front and back.
Yeah, she has to exist. I agree.
No,
You mean like she's gotta have tits and ass?
No, yeah.
Or like cute face and she's gotta have a nice ass.
I just meant it as metaphorically, you know?
A front and a back. Well, I would assume, you know, like I don't really date too many fucking disfigured. Imagine she's just fucking just a middle.
Yeah.
Just a giant middle. It's called it's not my joke. I heard it before. Like somebody's like, I would date a girl that has no arms and no legs. I would just call her my base.
I don't get it.
Get it? Like you plug into the base. Like you have sex with the base.
Oh, that's some poor taste.
Yeah, well, listen. So is, you know, an amputee. I think we discussed that in the beginning. By the way, guys, in the beginning of the podcast, the music was playing. That's my fucking bad. It goes on for about 12-something minutes, but it's okay, guys. It adds to the flavor of the mix.
Yeah, that's the flavor.
But
you're gonna like it. It sounds good.
It doesn't sound. It's very light. Fucking. It's the entrance theme played over and over again. And shout out to that. That was actually a friend of mine made that like 20 years ago, and gave it to me to like make some like lyrics to it. I used to like rap or whatever it is, and I never did. But 20 years later, we have the theme to the Break Oleg podcast.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And is he still with us?
Depends what you consider with us. Depends what you consider with us. Cause
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not the same guy anymore.
Well, people change, you know.
No, heroin will whatever will do it to whatever.
Exactly.
But anyways, Joe, it's been a pleasure having you here, man.
Thank you.
Hold on. Speaking of the theme music, it's going back on. Hold on. This is how we got to do a proper outro. Hold on, guys. You see,
hello.
We run a tight ship here at the Break Oleg podcast.
That's not the only thing that's tight.
Oh shit.
My schedule. I really gotta leave soon, you know.
Yeah, he's gotta get the fuck out of here. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. This is another episode of the Break Oleg podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy fucking New Year's, and we'll see you guys in 2022, yo. Peace.
Peace.